If I Were a Wizard, written by Paul Hamilton, illustrated by Simon Ho. Published by Paul Hamilton in 2017, www.wizardcodingbook.com. My morning forest is filled with the energy of life. A baby kookaburra laughing wildly at the possibility of another exciting adventure. A mother ringtail possum scurrying up a tree, exhausted after a long night spent hunting for a family. The burning stare of a great horned owl, vigilantly monitoring every movement on the forest floor. But if you concentrate and you're quiet, really quiet, and still very still, you may just hear a tiny voice, and that would be Mrs. Fern, my teacher.
Okay, class, what do you want to be when you grown up? I want to be a professional football player, Henry confidently states. I want to be a doctor, announces Bonnie. I want to be an architect, says Milton.
Next, Mrs. Fern turns to me and asked, "What do you want to be when you're grown up, Hazel?" I think long and hard, and then I reply, "I want to be a wizard."
Mrs. Fern considers carefully before responding. She knows that a child's imagination is delicate and should be encouraged in order to grow. Okay, Hazel, what would you do if you were a wizard? I stand up, and as I do, my stance instantly becomes stronger than before. The words come to me naturally and quickly, as if someone has taken control of my mouth. I feel like a puppet being controlled by its master. I begin.
If I were a wizard, I would make 10 perfect waves so that Cousin Milo could surf by the waterfall. If I were a wizard, I would help my Grandpa Leo retrace his steps so that he could find his glasses. If I were a wizard, I would help Auntie Matilda find the quickest road to work. Even if a fallen tree was blocking the main path, she would never be late for work again. If I were a wizard, I would help Nana Belle by labeling all of the containers in her pantry in big, clear letters. That way, she could easily find the ingredients needed to make my favorite cookies. If I were a wizard, I would help Great-Grandma Shayla go check the mail each day, and I would remind her to take the umbrella with her if it was raining outside. If I were a wizard, I would help Dad learn all of the steps creating a new meal, something besides bug bolognese. If I were a wizard, I would teach my pet caterpillar Frank to sit, dance, and sing, all with a single hand command. If I were a wizard, I would find out exactly why Uncle Percy's car doesn't work, and I would fix the part that is not working. And best of all, if I were a wizard, I would help people focus more on what they have in common so that we could solve all of the problems in the forest. Mrs. Fern looks at me with a frustrated expression on her face, clearly wanting to move on with the lesson. "But Hazel, wizards are not real," she declares. The lunchtime bell rings, and I scamper out the door with my computer under my arm. The morning sun continues to rise over the forest canopy from the east. As I run, Mrs. Fern's words play over and over in my mind. Suddenly, something inside me stirs, like a tiny spark that starts a flame. It's small, but it hits me hard. I smile and think to myself, one day I will create magic. The end. Okay, guys, coding concepts covered in this book. So if you have an interest about coding, so this book is quite a perfect way to start.
Repeats and loops, sequence and order, algorithms and variables, conditionals and functions, debugging and patterns. The end. And see you next stories. Bye bye.